My name's Kevin Clayson. I'm one of the co-founders of this amazing company, Done For You Real Estate. We're going to talk about how everyday Americans are protecting their retirement savings from market swings and inflation, big deal right now, right? Through a simple, conservative investment that 99% of retirees are ignoring. Now, the coolest part, I'm going to show you how to do that without you stuffing your money under the mattress, without saving like a madman, without ever learning what the blockchain is. And I'm going to share it with you in just a few minutes today, and I'm so excited to be with you. And I want you to stay tuned, because towards the end of this video, you're going to get a link, and that link is going to pop up, and you're going to be able to click it, and it's going to show you how you can find out in less than 60 seconds if you qualify to invest in real estate. It's a question we get all the time, and so we put this little thing together for you. It's an almost automatic qualifier that I think you'll really enjoy. So stay tuned. You'll be able to get that link, and you'll be able to find out in less than 60 seconds if you qualify to invest in real estate. Now, just a little bit of background of me and of our company. My name's Kevin Clayson, like I mentioned before. I'm one of the co-founders and owners of this company, Done For You Real Estate. Now, if you want to go check us out, you could certainly check us out on Google. We've got tons of 5-star reviews. We are an A+ rated accredited business with the Better Business Bureau. We publish in Forbes magazine. We've won multiple awards. We have a top-rated podcast that you can check out. But most importantly, we've done over $600 million in simple and conservative single-family investment real estate with our clients, which means we've helped folks invest in over 5,000 homes since our humble beginnings nearly 15 years ago, which is awesome. And that's why you're here today, and that's what I'm going to share with you. So before we kind of dive into some of the secrets I'm going to share with you here today, I want you to just imagine for a moment, okay? I want you to imagine, what would it be like, what would it feel like if at the conclusion of this video, you had a simple formula to create incredible wealth and replace your income one simple step at a time, without having to save like a madman, without having to know what the blockchain is, without having to stuff money under your mattress, and in a way that can hedge inflation. Imagine the kind of security and peace that you would feel if you had that solution. And I want you to imagine for a moment, I want you to fast forward 5 years from now. What would it feel like if you had real estate investments that were funding the majority of your lifestyle? Imagine what it would feel like to no longer have to work, but be able to live off of something that substantially took care of you and your family. That's what I'm going to show you today. I want you to think about that, because that's the whole purpose of what we're trying to do. And the one main thing that I want to share with you is this today, okay? We are going to go over 3 secrets of how real estate done for you, that's important by the way, how real estate done for you is the #1 way to explode your retirement wealth this year. Now, I know that's a big claim, by the way, but I'm going to show you exactly how. We're going to go through the 3 secrets, and I promise you, by the end of this, you're going to be able to see how real estate could be the #1 way to explode your wealth this year, and you're going to get a link to that 60-second qualifier to find out if this is even something that's within the realm of possibility for you, okay? So let's dive right in. Now, the first secret that we're going to talk about is this. I want you to know that real estate beats traditional retirement vehicles 100% of the time. Okay, that's secret #1. Real estate beats traditional retirement investments 100% of the time. Now, I don't want you to just take my word for it, so I'm going to show you how this works, okay? I want you to think about traditional retirement for a moment. Okay, what are we all taught? We're taught that we're going to put money into a 401k, into an IRA. We're going to save for the future, right? That's kind of what we're supposed to do. Now, I don't want you to think that you have to give up your 401k, or I don't want you to think that you've got to stop saving in that way, but I just want you to put it into context. Think about this. We are taught that we're going to spend 30 or so years of our lives building a nest egg, right? All that is we're building a retirement account, okay? Whether that's in our 401k or our IRA. Now imagine you spend 30 years building that retirement account, and now in order to live off your really, really hard work, what do you have to do? You have to now deplete that retirement account, right? Imagine this for a moment. Imagine if you spent 30 years building your dream home, board by board, brick by brick, and you did it with your own 2 hands, right? Nail by nail. And imagine it took you 30 years to build this beautiful home, and once the home is completed, imagine that instead of moving in, you started to rip it apart, board by board, brick by brick. Would you do that? No, it would be insane. But it's what most Americans do with their financial futures. Okay? Real estate, on the other hand, works quite differently. Real estate doesn't just build an account to deplete down. Real estate, on the other hand, creates an account that then generates real spendable cash flow for you every month without depletion of account balance, okay? If you want to invest in 401ks and stocks, IRAs, traditional retirement vehicles, you build, you deplete. With real estate, you put money into real estate. That real estate can still grow. It can still grow over time, but you don't have to deplete the account balances. In fact, in real estate, the money you put in real estate over time tends to grow while still producing spendable cash flow. Think about this. Can you go to the store and buy milk with your 401k? You don't walk up to the cashier and say, look at my balance, and then they give you a gallon of milk. But with real estate, if you've got that money in real estate and it's generating cash flow, and how does it generate cash flow, by the way? You know this, but I'll share it with you anyway. If you buy a property, you're gonna have expenses associated with that property. As long as you are renting that property for more than the expenses, that is cash flow that you get to keep. So real estate's producing real spendable cash flow every month without fail, okay? Isn't that awesome? Now, that's one of the reasons why real estate beats traditional financial vehicles, traditional retirement vehicles. Here's another one. Real estate allows you to buy with leverage. You can partner with the bank. Now, here's what I mean by that. If you wanted to go and buy, let's go back to our stock example, okay? Imagine that you want to go and invest in $250,000 of stocks or mutual funds or index funds or whatever the case may be, okay? Bonds, whatever. In order to get $250,000 worth of value, you have to invest $250,000, and now you get $250,000 worth of value, and then hopefully it grows over time. With real estate, you can use the bank as your partner. With real estate, you don't have to put in $250,000 to get a $250,000 asset. You can put in $50,000 plus closing costs and some other expenses, right? You can finance. You can use what we do with our clients is we use a fixed mortgage, a 30-year fixed mortgage, meaning the bank puts up 80 or 75%, you bring in 20 or 25%, and then the bank takes care of the rest, and now you still own an asset that is still worth $250,000 that's still going to grow according to that $250,000 of value that you have, but it's going to produce that cash flow, and you're doing it by leveraging the bank's resources, by using the bank as your partner. Would you rather go and get a $250,000 asset by only having to invest $50,000 of your own money, or a $250,000 asset by having to invest the full $250,000? And by the way, that's that account that you have to deplete all your way till death, right? Okay? So that's the second reason why we love real estate. Here's another one. I've got a couple more for you. The next, and this is so cool, real estate allows you to produce profit in multiple ways. There's multiple profit centers. It's very few very few investment vehicles, period, that allow you to make money in more ways than one, but real estate does that. Now, here's what I mean by that. We already talked about the fact that real estate produces cash flow, right? The rent you collect is going to be greater than your expenses on the property. But what else does real estate do? That's only one aspect. Real estate also can appreciate. It can also grow over time, right? So if real estate grows over time, now you have appreciation and equity growth, plus you have cash flow. In addition, you're getting tax benefits, right? There's massive tax benefits to owning real estate. Now, I'm not a tax professional or a CPA or an accountant. Go check with your professional, but generally speaking, investment real estate comes with multiple tax breaks and tax benefits, okay? So now you're generating cash flow, you're generating, I get so excited, I'm stumbling over my words. You're generating appreciation and equity growth, and you're getting tax benefits. And that's not all. Here's some of the other things, right? Appreciation growth, sure. Tax benefits, sure. But what about principal paydown? Have you ever considered that? This is a massive benefit that a lot of real estate investors, to be totally honest, I think discount the benefit of what that could mean for their portfolio. Because remember, you're putting in 20% or 25%. The bank is taking care of the rest. Your renter is then renting for more than what your mortgage expenses are. Now, what that means, though, is every month that your tenant pays rent, what are they also paying? Well, they're effectively giving you the money to pay your mortgage, as well as giving you extra just to live there, okay? Real spendable dollars that you can buy milk with. They are paying down the mortgage for you. So you have somebody else paying down your principal, plus you're generating equity, plus cash flow, plus tax benefits. And here's another one that's really important, is real estate acts as a hedge against inflation. So real estate, unlike traditional retirement, can produce profit in multiple ways and can act as a hedge against inflation. You and I both know the history, right? In high inflationary periods, and you and I know all inflation is it's too many dollars chasing too few goods, right? That's it. And when demand is really high for goods like real estate and there's tons of money being injected into the economy, it has an impact on prices. Well, here's the other impact, right? Imagine that you bought a home 10 years ago and it's an investment property and it's in a nice neighborhood, okay? And now imagine that today, because demand is what it is, you've got builders coming in and they want to build homes that are similar to the home that you bought 10 years ago. Now, when the builders build the home today, what do they have to do? They've got to pay for labor, they've got to pay for lumber, they've got to pay for expenses and materials. They're going to build that home and they are going to sell it so that they make a small profit or maybe a large profit, but they are not going to sell it for less than what they're into it, okay? Well, if it costs more to build a home today than it did 10 years ago, when that home that the builder builds sells, it's going to sell at a higher price than what you bought your home for, even though your home is, yes, 10 years older, but very comparable to this home that the builders built. So what does that mean? It means that it has this natural upward pressure on the price of your real estate. Now, in addition to that, we have the buyer and seller market that's going on right now, right? You've got buyers that are offering significantly more than even asking price, and that has an upward pressure on pricing, which is why we're seeing through the lens of inflation, we're seeing real estate prices go up. But if you own that real estate, because it's a tangible asset, because when lumber costs more, your home starts to be worth more, it can hedge inflation. Creates multiple benefits, creates real spendable cash flow. You could partner with the bank because you can utilize leverage, creates tax benefits and principal pay down, and it can hedge inflation. And then here's the last thing that I want to share with you before we move on to the second secret, and I hope you're still with me because this is such good stuff, right? So the last thing that's really cool is that real estate creates an infinite return. Now, let me give you an example of how this works, okay? I want you to imagine, remember that home that you bought 10 years ago that we just used in that example? Imagine that you bought that home with the bank as your partner. Okay, you had the renters paying down the mortgage month after month, right? And you're getting cash flow, you're getting tax benefits, you're seeing that home appreciate. In fact, you've seen it appreciate quite significantly over the last 10 years, and you decide to sell it. Now, when you decide to sell that home, couldn't you, in theory, take the down payment money back, but you still have all that extra growth in equity that came from that property that you bought 10 years ago? So imagine if you sell that property, take back your original down payment, and have enough money left over to go buy another property. Now, if you did that and you bought another property and then you washed, rinsed, and repeated, and that property bought another property and you could multiply the portfolio, you got your initial capital investment back, but the real estate is still in the market growing and producing. That is an infinite return. You can't calculate that return because you already got your money back, but you still have an asset that is growing exponentially. Real estate beats traditional retirement 100% of the time for all of the reasons I just described. And that brings us to secret number 2. Now, this is one that not a lot of people understand, okay? Secret number 2 is you need zero real estate experience or knowledge to make money like a seasoned real estate vet. And let me explain why. Now, I'm not going to go through this diagram because I don't want to keep you too much longer, but this is everything that we do for you. Our company, Done For You Real Estate, when we started our company nearly 15 years ago, the whole reason we started the company is because we saw so many people spending all this money on real estate education to go and learn how to do real estate, but then they would never go and transact real estate. It was like less than 3% of the people that would spend money on real estate education or coaching would go and transact real estate at all, let alone successfully. When we started our company, the whole purpose was to buck that trend. The whole purpose was to say, could we make real estate investing easy? Could we go do it for our clients by taking all of the heavy lifting out of the process, but still allowing them to make 100% of the profit? We have a process where we will help to prepare you for your real estate purchase. We will find you the property. We will fix up the property. We will get the financing for you. We will insure the property for you. We will then rent out that property for you. We will manage the tenant for you, and you still make 100% of the profit. We do all of this work for you. Now, you're probably wondering, Kev, that sounds awesome, but what would be in it for us, for me, for our company? I'll tell you exactly, okay? Here's our business model because I know you're thinking about it. We make money in 3 primary ways. ways. For every property that we help our clients purchase, we charge a flat per property fee of $4,995. It goes on the closing documents as a separate buyer paid commission, meaning it's part of the money that you're bringing in to partner with the bank to close on the property, okay? That's one way. We own a mortgage brokerage, so if we could do the loan for you, we make money by being a mortgage broker on that property when you partner with the bank. And then the third, we also own an insurance company. So if we can insure that property for you, we make money there. That allows our team to do all of the heavy lifting for you, so you can still own real estate, but you don't need to be knowledgeable. You don't have to have tons of experience. And if you do, that's great. We may just ease a bunch of pressure off you so you don't have to do it yourself. But the idea is if we could do all the heavy lifting for you, but you could still make 100% of the profit, wouldn't it be easier to go and invest in real estate and let that real estate grow and produce for you in all of those ways that we already described? And that leads us, and I already teased this, to secret number 3, which is this. You only need a phone, the internet, and less than an hour a month to be a successful real estate investor with done-for-you real estate. And that means you are the ones keeping all of the profit and letting us do all the heavy lifting. Now, I'm not gonna go through this diagram. You could find it on our website, but here's what you can know, is for the 152 hours it would take our team, instead of you, to help you invest the property, you're spending less than 10. Meaning we do all of this stuff, right? We go find the property for you. And think about what you would have to do to go do real estate on your own. You have to know where you're going to get the money. You have to know what market you're going to invest in. You have to know what type of real estate. You have to know the purchase price and the price point. You have to know what it's going to cash flow for. You have to make sure that the neighborhood is good. What are the demographics? What are the crime rates? Is it a landlord-friendly area? You got to know what kind of real estate you're going to do in the market that you're going to do it in. And then you have to go and find that property. And then you have to assume that the numbers are going to work out if you find a good property. And if you find a good property, you're then going to have to go and get it rehabbed. And you're going to have to do all the construction. And you're going to have to hire the contractors and anybody that's going to need to come in and do the fix-up work on the property. So assuming you know where the money's going to come from and what property you're going to find, and assuming you can find it, and assuming you can get it fixed up the right way, then all you have to do is go and get the right kind of financing, go and get the right kind of insurance, and then you have to go and find a tenant, and then you have to manage that tenant forever. And then maybe you're a successful real estate investor, but how much time would that take if you're not a successful real estate investor already? Or even if you are a successful real estate investor, how much time does it take you to do that? Or you come and you work with a company like us. We find it for you, we fix it up for you, we finance it for you, and you still make 100% of the profit. We even lease it out and manage it for you. We do the work. You keep the profit. See, my friends, I told you I was going to let you find out in less than 60 seconds if you're qualified to be a real estate investor. So I want you to click on the button that you see. Click on it. It's going to take you to a site where all you have to do is give us a little bit of information. You'll be able to fill out that little questionnaire, and you're going to find out in less than 60 seconds if you're qualified to do real estate. And if you are, it's going to take you right to a page where you can schedule an appointment where we could jump on the phone and we could put together a specific strategy for you to make sure that real estate could fund your future. Remember at the beginning we said imagine what it would feel like to have a strategy and to know that your real estate could replace your income. Well, if you qualify to do real estate, if real estate seems like a good fit for you, click on that button. Let us tell you in less than 60 seconds if you qualify to do real estate, and if you do, let's jump on a call. Let us take you by the hand and show you how this works, and then do the heavy lifting for you so you can keep the benefit. You see, I told you that the main point that I wanted to share with you, I was going to share with you 3 secrets of how real estate done for you is the #1 way to explode your retirement wealth this year. We talked about how real estate outperforms traditional retirement vehicles and all the reasons that it does. We told you that you don't need knowledge or experience in order to be a successful real estate investor, and we told you that all you need is a phone, the internet, and less than an hour a month to be a successful real estate investor. So now comes your turn. Could this change your life? Could this be the difference maker you've been seeking so that you don't have to rely on traditional retirement, so that you don't have to save like a madman or understand what the blockchain is? If so, click the button, find out if you're qualified to do real estate in less than 60 seconds. Let's jump on the phone, let's put a strategy together for you, and let us go to work for you so you can begin replacing your income through simple and conservative real estate investing done for you, and so you could do it one tiny property at a time. This could be a difference maker for you and your family. We'll see you on the other side.